Hello there.
Now, a few days ago, I reported on Takashi Yamazaki kind of hinting at the mark on Noriko's neck and potential development of that in the sequel to Godzilla Minus One, which I am going to hold firm that it's going to be titled Godzilla Zero until Takashi Yamazaki most likely comes out and proves me wrong. But in this video, we actually have an update on what this movie is going to entail in terms of Godzilla's character and some of the inspirations that Takashi Yamazaki is taking for this sequel, which we pretty much have confirmed that this is a sequel, considering what Forbes said, considering some things that we have heard about this movie. And there are even rumors swirling around that we're going to get an update about this movie before the end of the year, before 2025, some kind of update about the sequel, maybe when it will release, maybe confirming that it is a sequel, like coming directly from Toho, or who knows what will happen. But there are rumors going around that before the end of the year we are set to get some kind of news for this sequel, hopefully from Takashi Yamazaki himself. But we are going to get into this news in this video. If you guys enjoy my Godzilla content, consider subscribing, and let's get into it.
The Atomic Fair.
Now, there is a Japanese actor that Takashi Yamazaki has come out and talked about wanting to work with for this Godzilla Minus One sequel, and who he could potentially take some inspiration from, at least some being impressed by some of the things that this actor has come out and said about Godzilla that gave him a bit of a different perspective on the character. Apparently, Takashi Yamazaki attended the Suits of the Year 2024 held in Tokyo on the 13th, and director Takashi Yamazaki, who was also on stage as an award winner, said Godzilla looks sad, showing a new perspective which impressed director Yamazaki, who had just announced the production of a new Godzilla movie. Now, the guy's name who said this is Kazunari Ninomiya. I may be pronouncing that wrong, but director Yamazaki also expressed his desire to work with him, saying he is one of Japan's leading actors, and if there is a good opportunity, I would like to ask him. His acting is excellent, and he has a great tolerance. Now, Ninomiya also went on to say that Godzilla is scary, but when I take away my hearing, Godzilla looks sad to me. When the background music, environmental sounds, and the voices of people running away are gone, I wonder why he is roaring. He also spoke about his own acting, saying it's interesting that by taking away one of the five senses, a different expression is delivered. I'm not saying to erase the lines. I want to live with more freedom so that the lines resonate differently. Director Yamazaki praised Ninomiya, saying in the end he's someone who can subtract. When you get to that level, how much can you subtract? I was a little moved. People with sharp sensibility see things differently from a certain perspective. It looks sad. He is impressive. During the Q&A session, director Yamazaki was asked if Ninomiya's insight would be useful in the new Godzilla movie. I want to be someone who can subtract, but I can't, so I think he's impressive. I wanted to ask him what it was like to be directed by Clint Eastwood, so I interviewed him backstage. Ninomiya appeared in the 2006 American film Letters from Iwo Jima, directed by Eastwood, and it seems he was able to hear many behind-the-scenes stories. I heard some really deep stories. I got a lot of really good information, so it was a real harvest for me. I'm not sure if it'll be useful in the new Godzilla movie, but in the future, it was good news, he said with a smile. So I'm having to think here that we are going to see some kind of new perspective on Godzilla in this movie, and potentially a new design as well. That's something I'm going to touch on in another video, but I think that we are getting a new design for Godzilla in this movie as well. But getting a different perspective on this creature and potentially displaying Godzilla as a sad monster, potentially in some kind of scene, maybe where the sound is taken away. Maybe Godzilla is destroying the city once again or something, and there's one of those scenes where you see it from the human perspective and their sound, their sense of hearing is kind of going out, and you see an expression on Godzilla's face that looks sad. Now, that is similar to something that we've kind of seen in Godzilla 2014, but with this new movie, I personally feel that they maybe might want to stick just to Godzilla being a big scary monster, or to being emotionless, very much like he was in Godzilla Minus One. If anything, let's have Godzilla be more pissed off in this movie. Let's just have him going on a destruction rampage, being bigger, badder, with a new design where he's more evolved because he's adapting to the threats that he's facing, and just facing off against the world and introduce another monster, either Anguirus or Biollante, or most likely Hedorah. Now, that's something I've touched on in another video, but I think Hedorah is the perfect villain for this next Godzilla movie. And I think it's a villain that we haven't seen done in a updated modern way, and I think would just really benefit from a lot of the nuances of modern storytelling, especially coming from Takashi Yamazaki, where he can kind of mend this into his already realistic Godzilla -1 universe and have this monster face off against Godzilla. But comment down below, guys, let me know what you think about Takashi Yamazaki praising this actor's sentiments that Godzilla appears sad. If you take away all the sound, all of the music, all of the effects, Godzilla just appears sad in a lot of the scenes where he is destroying things. I guess that's a possible outlook on things, and I guess Takashi Yamazaki could take that going into this next Godzilla movie and implement that into the plot. But there's so much to be spoken for on this movie, and I'm hoping that the rumors that we get some kind of info before the end of 2024 is true. So comment down below, let me know what you think about all this good stuff. And for this video, guys, that's all I got. So until the next video, guys, be safe, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that good stuff, and bye-bye.